4, because now this is going to be a match point for the side of OG Esports. And from what we've seen from the last 2 games, is it going to be enough here for them to draft this and execute this one? I mean, to be honest, the Guaigutsu here, like, what are we expecting?
We are expecting the Guaigutsu to look for these flash engages here. Every time the Liang were to out someone, the Guaigutsu will flash in the Animus and get as much targets as possible. At the very bare minimum, the Liang will be caught out.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going to be such a sitting duck. I mean, every single time. So I think that he actually, like, they know that, right? So OG are probably going to, like, are going to try to do it as early as possible. So at the same time, CT Boy needs to hold that for the perfect moment.
City Boy is the name of the player that you need to look out for if you are a Twisted Mind fan. But for OG fans, this is the moment you are waiting for. This is series point for OG. They can push this through, they make it to playoffs. But for Twisted Minds, this is your last chance.
Last chance to come back in this series is going to be Twisted Minds, currently at that 1 point on the board. They need a little bit more to make sure they can make this one, but I mean, at the same time, HIGHLIGTS is taking a lot of damage here, but so is Muchen.
Yeah, they're trading quite a bit on that one. Muchen coming out worse on that one. That was not great for this. But I mean, let's talk a little bit about this bottom lane. Lady Soon versus Diagudo. We don't really see this lane matchup too often here.
Not.
But I mean, who are you going to give the edge to in a solo match?
I mean, it's kind of oxymoronic though, right? Like, obviously, you've got a late game hero going up against a early game hero, and Agudo, to be honest, isn't always necessarily the most healthy. So if you land that grenade and obviously start to get that that extra damage of crit onto Agudo, and obviously Rolling Raid as well, I think you can kind of like see the chunk through this Lady Sun. Unless it gets blocked by the critters, right?
Yeah, very, very, very true, very true. But in Blam, I would catch a grenade for you, you know.
I'd catch 2 for you.
And it looks like OG, look, nice little rotation here, ensuring that they just farm efficiently. This is the biggest thing. I mean, again, this team revolves around Dao Dao. And the way he just farms so efficiently, he's so solid.
Very solid indeed, but there's the Guaigutsu just pulling all that farm into the likes of Dao Dao there, so he's able to just not have to sort of overextend, maybe get tired arms.
Yeah, and Muchen looking to go in.
Oh yes, already a bit early engaged there. Level 4 has been activated on the side of Twisted Minds. The emergence comes through, and now that is a double kill going up the side of Twisted Minds.
Seemed like a very ambitious play by Muchen, who he actually flashes forward, gets the Animus, tried to make the play, but it was under the tower, kind of risky, and the rest of Twisted Minds are waiting in the wings for that play, so they've really punished there.
Didn't punish him at all, right? Like, that was definitely a, maybe not a misplay, but maybe just they knew that he's used the Animus, so that's the time you're going to go in.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that one is going to be key for this one, but Twisted Minds, something to take note of. CT Boy level 4, the gank attempt can be real if they're able to do it. I mean, if they lock him down and you have like the annihilation from Hailong, you can kind of compound that damage. But right now, it still seems a little bit early to really do enough to get those kills.
It does seem quite early here, but at the same time, you've got to try and put the pressure on, right? Like that, they were suffering with the gold lead, and getting those 2 kills obviously got them the gold lead that they wanted onto the side of Twisted Minds to give them a bit more of a breathing room.
Yeah, and Nighty and Kuka, pretty quiet top lane. I think Nighty, this is one where you have an edge, right? With the Mayan, you have that pullback. Yeah. Kuka is not able to drive away, so this is one of those moments where you're kind of like, okay, this is a pretty good matchup for us in this top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Big matchup here with the clean on the party as well, right? Obviously, when we saw it get picked through in the early part of the batting phase, was like, yeah, that's going to be 90s pickup there. But no, we were wrong. This Sprave's probably being used down to the bot side of the map here, just to kind of clear out the minion wave, give over aid to Shanks.
Yeah, 4 members of OG right there in the bottom lane. Weren't able to get anything because they saw the teleport from Clean.
Yeah, these creation blocks are really going to be a bit of a blunder here for Dao Dao, right? Like, as soon as you dive in with that big boom, you're then going to get pushed around, knocked around, single target CC'd, and then there's plenty of damage to be climbing on top of you, right? Obviously, you got Clean on the party.
Yeah, and Clean is going to do some work. I think this Fati has that potential to really... I mean, it was a great flex pick, and he's going to be able to do his damage. And, I mean, if he's able to out-sustain the OG lineup, he's going to be fine. But Dao Dao picking up the Tyrant.
Yeah, picking up Tyrant, looking to go for the Crimson, not to try and give anything over to the side of Twisted Minds. But if we're looking at these lanes as well already, obviously, Arn's doing a pretty good job down to the bot side of the map, actually cleaning off some of the health there.
Yeah, and Twisted Minds, this is another piece, right? Let Clean kind of get going. Oh, they're going forward. Muchen try to go for the pull yet again.
Oh, I mean, we see and obviously hear the idea behind the Guaigutsu, but so far Muchin's failed to actually execute it.
Yeah, we haven't seen any sort of a successful attempt thus far, or successful conversion at this point. We've seen some attempts, but Twisted Minds have been able to thwart those almost this entire game. But at the same time, we haven't seen CT Boy get any sort of control lockdowns as well.
Neither. They're waiting for the prime moment, right? Maybe try and get the lockdown onto Arn here, because that's where a lot of the damage is going to come through for the side of OG Esports.
Yeah, and Keka back in the top lane. He'll just stay in the farm. I mean, this is a moment where you're kind of like, okay, Dao can be aggressive, but Muchen now going in.
Tried to go in there. It's like, you know what, I'll forget about it this time. I don't want to kind of like feel myself out, but the bot side of the map has to be kind of checked down there as well. It was already looking like it was going to be in the favor of OG Esports, but Shanks on this Agudo pretty well with cleaning up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Annihilation completely missed at this
control. The suppression onto the Guan Yu. There's the Gouge mobilization combo I was talking about in the draft. And that's the takedown.
Yeah, they're going to be very happy with that turn of events. But OG right now should be able to hold, but they might lose part of their jungle here. But clean, this is the great rotation, right? Take advantage of this space, potentially go into this bottom T2.
Very good rotation here from the side of Twisted Minds. Looking to just make sure they get a pressure into the bot side of the map here. Obviously, just using the emergence to claim that intel there. They were able to get the Crimson Golden back over into their own favor, going up to Dao. And we can imagine later on down the line that Lady Sun will be obviously being the priority of getting those Crimson Goldens as well.
Yeah, and An, on the other hand, has been largely quiet because he's been able to kind of, you know, just slowly farm, which is going to be what they need to do. Dao on the other hand, doing Dao things, man. He's just farming pretty well, but Clean is keeping on pace. They're about neck and neck.
Yeah, I think it's the aim of the game, right? They have to make sure they're just procuring all their own jungle to make sure that Twisted Minds doesn't get any single little bit of grabs from them, because if they do get some kind of formulation of a team fight going in the favor of Twisted Minds, it could mean that can all be convicted over to them, but there it is. Arn gets picked up once again. The Annihilation comes through, does a lot of damage onto the back line of OG Esports. Muchin and Keka go down. This is not looking like a good game number 4 for OG.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all. I mean, 3 members down, Twisted Minds, and you have the Agudo, so this is a great play. You turn that into towers. You have the Wild Growth, and you could just put the pressure on Twisted Minds, playing this draft to the T.
They are playing this draft to a T as well, obviously diving onto the back line there, trying to get some kind of resemblance of a kill onto the side of OG Esports, but not going to happen.
Oh, Pylon hits a Dao on that with that Annihilation. It probably could have gone in. Shanks was looking for it, but not able to get it. And going into this, the Annihilation here, getting on, catching him out, a little uncharacteristic in terms of the positioning on that one, and Twisted Minds making him pay. 3 members down from OG.
Yeah, 3 members to 0 on the side of Twisted Minds. Like we were saying into the drafts, like we were looking at Twisted Minds drafts and thinking, okay, that looks like not something back to formalities, but it's something that works. They have all the right moments going for it, right? Obviously, they have the great pacing of the Fati as well as the Agudo. They have the late game potential of HIGHLIGHTS and the carry potential of that pick as well.
Yeah, and the biggest thing about this first 8 minutes is just how much resolve we're seeing for Twisted Minds. After that crazy game 3 and going into this one, I was like, okay, how are they going to react? And they're like, no. They've put their backs on the walls and they are fighting like to the bitter end here.
Yeah, I mean, tournament life on the line, they have to fight to this bitter end, right? Unless they are happy with leaving the competition with the way they have right now.
Yeah, and this is the potential. They're looking for like some sort of wraparound. Look at, they're completely going around.
They are, look at them, they're going speedy. Gonzalez in it right now, but then the back line is going to be the takedown potentially onto HIGHLIGHTS, but it's going to be the creation of blocks. Getting the kill onto Dao. More into the back line is going to be clean. Clean up shop of OG Esports. Are they going to get a team ace when looks to keep himself safe, but doesn't have the winters here?
Yeah, this team fight for Twisted Minds is insane. They might just end the game. I mean, 10 seconds on these death timers. This is the potential.
Oh, there it is. Lock him down. Clean him up. Critters come through. 9-minute game here for Twisted Minds, bringing it to the 2-2 scoreline.
Wow, Twisted Minds came in angry. They wanted revenge, and they end the game in 9 minutes.
And so we are going to game 5.
Yeah, they were not happy with that mistake. You can tell they were not happy with that little outplay from OG Esports in that last game. But yes, We are going the full country mile later.